friends, and thank you for joining us for Laurel Business Today. We have our featured guest today, Mr. Jonathan Neal, CEO of Metropolitan Moving and Storage. They are new to Laurel, and we'll be speaking with him a little bit later on in the show. New shop owners, husband and wife team Tabitha and Ronnie Clark, are residents of the city of Laurel and excited about this new endeavor. Fans of the restaurant and entertainment establishment Busboys and Poets, they promise us an eclectic coffee shop filled with old books, live poetry readings, spoken word, old photos of the city of Laurel, and of course, fantastic Java.
Counter actually. So it'll start about here, and then we'll actually have a bar.
Bellevue Jewelry Shop owner Victoria Bell is most excited about the new coffee shop neighbor, as it is a shared building that had been previously up for sale due to the long-time vacancy. And speaking of Bellevue Jewelry, it was our featured business last month on Laurel Business Today. You can check out the show on our Facebook page at laureledp@facebook.com. Olive on Main at 504 Main Street celebrated their one-year anniversary last month. Restaurant owner brothers Nadal and Christopher have immersed themselves so much in the community, it hardly seems they've only been here for just 1 year. They are a fantastic addition and a proven asset to Main Street and the city of Laurel. We congratulate their success. More congratulations are in order, as Laurel TV has won 3 Telly Awards on the anniversary of their 1 year of being revamped under the new leadership of the Director of Communications for the City of Laurel, Audrey Barnes.
High school, I just added that to the schedule because they're going to have different things going on with prom.
She, in partnership with media coordinator Joyce Jackson, have done a fantastic job. People's Telly Awards is a television awards competition that encourages people to make the choice. There were more than 12,000 entries from 50 states and 5 continents. Laurel TV programming is well on its way. And in the words of Director of Communications Audrey Barnes, if you're not watching Laurel TV, you're missing out. More congratulations are in order, as Venus Theater has now received several 5-star ratings from theater critics for their production of God Don't Like Ugly. Venus Theater is located on C Street, and we need to make sure we keep those seats filled in the boutique 30-seat theater. Hard Bean Cafe is a new coffee shop located in the Laurel Town Center. The coffee shop is giving Starbucks a run for its money. The coffee is robust, the environment is cool, they offer Wi-Fi, they have ample indoor seating and outdoor seating, and even a few electronic foot massagers for those really tough work days. The owner, Yogi Patel, is extremely friendly and says that he welcomes on any day small meetings as well as people who work remotely. The only thing old about Oliver's Old Town Tavern is its name. They are on the cutting edge of the social scene, as they have started to offer paint nights for amateurs. It is very similar to the wine and canvas paint nights that are all the craze across the country. You can find out more information at Oliver's Old Town Tavern on Facebook.com. A final congratulations goes to Breasia Productions.
So it's a rock band, and you're going to have how many artists?
They've secured the contract with the Laurel Town Center to produce and manage the new summer concert series. We're hopeful that this is an annual event. The series will begin June 11th and it will go through August 13th. That's every Thursday throughout the summer months. We certainly are looking forward to that. It is exciting that the Laurel Town Center is doing business with our local businesses. Keeping the dollars churning in our community is the key to our overall economic development success. If you'd like to view previous shows of Laurel Business Today, you can find us on YouTube. Just type Laurel Business Today in the search box. Once again, I say it's an exciting time in the city of Laurel. So much is happening here. And if you have news and information that you'd like us to share, be sure to send me an email at afields@laurel.md.gov. laureled.us. You can certainly check out more information at our Facebook page, Laurel EDP at facebook.com. That's EDP as in Economic Development Programs. You will also find more information about our economic development programs, where we offer loans and grants for anyone that's looking to move to Main Street and the downtown Route 1 corridor area. Now that I've completed that marathon of news, I'd like to introduce you to our guest today, Mr. Jonathan Neal, CEO of Metropolitan Moving and Storage. Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking the time to come out and help get the word out about the business.
Absolutely. Now, I did have the opportunity to come and pay you a visit before.
Yes.
And we did a lot of talking about the business, how you guys got started, your move here to Laurel, and lots of other things. I want you to take some time out now and tell us about Metropolitan Moving and Storage.
So Metropolitan Moving and Storage was established in late 2004. We have been in Rockville, Maryland for our entire 10 plus years.
Okay.
To start, we're a local and long distance moving company that handles commercial and residential moves, mainly 85% commercial, residential, and we offer full packing service, unpacking service, piano moving, crating, storage, whether it be long term for 2 years or short term for 3 days.
Okay.
And pretty much offer, a whole array of services that you need when you're going to move.
Fantastic. Now, what would you say your percentage of commercial versus residential clients are? Because that's something we had spoken about in terms of you getting to know some of the real estate agents here, and I know that I made some referrals to you with regard to commercial and also residential. So where would you say your main client base is?
Main client base definitely is residential. As I said, it's probably in the 85% range for that, but we are trying to do more and more commercial moves. A lot of our commercial moving comes from moving a CEO of a company or a partner in a law firm, and they've seen the quality of work that we've done for their individual move, and then when their company goes to move, we end up moving them. So almost all of our outreach is for residential, and the commercial kind of comes to us through other contacts and past business.
Okay, and now you're new to Laurel, right? Is that
Absolutely.
correct?
Yeah.
How new is that?
Very, very new. As I said, we were in Rockville for 10 plus years, and we just got here. December 1 was when we officially took occupancy at the space, and as of 3 weeks ago, we're officially moved in here between our warehouse and our office in Rockville that we combined and put into this all in one location here. So.
Now everything is here now. You will be completely vacated out of the Rockville office?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So before we were separate into an office just for our internal staff and where we dispatched our vehicles. And then we had a warehouse about 3 miles away in Gaithersburg where we would store all of our clients. So it was, a little bit disconnected in that regard, but now being here all in one location, having the warehouse and our office,
an opportunity to have everything here.
It's been a tremendous help, and it's great to say we're finally officially moved in and have nothing in either of the other locations.
Well, welcome to Laurel.
Thank you.
And you said so far so good. It's been a good experience being here.
Absolutely. I mean every week it seems like we find a new benefit of our location. Mainly the main benefit is the proximity to Route 1.
Right.
George Washington Parkway, I-95, because we're going to New York, New Jersey, Maine, and also back up into Montgomery County where we can get on the ICC and, cut out having to battle traffic on 495. That's been a tremendous plus.
Well, Laurel is good like that. I mean, we have access to all the roadways, and so it makes us a real central location.
We found, we're getting the jobs actually earlier now than we were from our Rockville location, even if it's going to a location that would have only normally been 10, 15 miles from Rockville, because now with a bigger location, more ability to dispatch trucks at a quicker pace, we can get out, get on 200 and, not battle traffic and get there, without a hassle. So it's been.
So your location has basically increased efficiency.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, by a tremendous amount. I mean, obviously the tolls are involved on the toll road, but we're happy to pay because it's saving us time on traffic and
Right.
gas, while sitting in traffic. So it's a fair shake.
That's
way.
wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, one of the things we did talk about before is your competitive differential with regard to moving and storage. We know that there are different kinds of public storage facilities, but there are different ways that you guys go about your storage.
Yeah, so the way, when we have storage going on, we're not like a self-storage facility or a pods type situation where, you can go, drop your items off and you have a key to your own door and you can come and go as you please. Well, our storage is, industry term, storage in transit, meaning when we bring items into storage, they're put into individual crates, which are barcoded and marked, and at that point, we hold those items until the client is ready to have them delivered. So
Okay.
it's not a situation where someone can just come and go as they please. The warehouse is obviously very secure for many reasons and for the protection of the customers. So that is why us moving locations has no effect on the clients because they weren't coming to our Rockville or our Gaithersburg
Right.
location. So it's whether we're in Laurel or Rockville, it's the same in that regard. But now we have a brand new space, state-of-the-art facility that we were able to outfit at our specifications, which is tremendous. And then the other main differentiation between us and our competition is the consistency that we have from crew member A down to Z, where across the board, we've got qualified guys to send out on the trucks,
Okay.
and you get a consistent story from one household to another. Whereas some of our competition that may have 3 or 4 good crews, they have 3 or 4 that are not even close to the other crews that they have on their staff, and that's where you get those, different stories from one household to another.
The same gentlemen who move you from one location are the same crew of people that move you to the other location. So I can rely on the folks who took my storage in to be the same folks to deliver my storage to my new location.
Absolutely. So not only on local moves, but on long distance moves when we go to Florida or when we go to Maine, the same crew that loads you here in Laurel or in this area would be actually the same driver and same crew delivering to you
Right.
in that out-of-state location, and we do not share truck space with other families, so it's not loaded on a tractor trailer with 4 families. You have a dedicated crew and truck for the move.
That's awesome.
Which
So
exactly.
only your items are there, only your merchandise.
We take out the possibility of things getting mixed up from one household drop to another, and we can offer a guaranteed delivery date, which is the biggest plus because most larger van lines or other companies have a 3 to sometimes 8 day window when they might be delivering, which isn't convenient if you have kids and you're waiting for your items to be
I would imagine
delivered.
that would help the trust factor too, because you have people that are moving your personal items, and so if I get to see the same face, I think that would make me feel a whole lot better.
It's tremendous. I mean, the long distance clients, because we are dedicating a crew and truck, it is a little more expensive, but that extra money covers that peace of mind and knowing that they're going to see the same faces, and we're not going to pick up 2 or 3 laborers in another state
Right.
and put a T-shirt on them and send them out to move their items off the truck. They know, because they recognize the same faces and they know it hasn't been transferred from a bigger truck to a smaller truck. It's the same truck it was loaded in here.
You started this business 10 years ago.
Yes.
And why moving and storage? There are so many different kinds of businesses that you could have started. What was the genesis for this?
So my business partner Robert and I had both been working at a previous moving company. I was there for about a summer and a half, doing sales work, and started to learn about the industry and realized that the company I was working for wasn't concerned or didn't understand the power of referral and how just doing a great job for people, especially in the moving industry itself, really can just pay dividends that you cannot put a number on. And once I became aware that I wasn't able to refer my own family and friends to this company, I decided to, branch off. Robert was in the operational side of things at this previous company. I was doing sales, and it was kind of a perfect match. And we decided to go off and turn what's more so a blue collar type industry into a more white collar type scenario where you've got quality guys on the truck. We're concerned with appearance. We're concerned with how well trained the guys are, and that's that's where we've been able to thrive and grow year after year because of the quality of work we have. And
that's
dedication.
wonderful, and it does matter. Appearance does matter. When you see someone who comes in and they have a logo on their shirt and they look professional and they're polite, it absolutely does give you more of a comfort level for working with them and that company.
Sure. I mean, even something as simple as the truck having a logo and everything on it, which sounds simple, but a lot of times these companies show up with just a blank truck and maybe not even something lettered up.
Your things away.
Correct. So it's nice to, as simple as that sounds, that's also important as well. And keeping a clean truck, for many reasons is also very important. So
right. So now, when you transitioned to start that business, how did it affect your relationship with the previous business? Were they,
Well, they shortly went under.
Oh, really?
Correct.
Okay.
About 5 or 6. Maybe 8 months later.
So your instinct was right on target.
Correct. And so it was good timing.
Right.
Didn't know it was in that dire of a situation, but we did get out at the right time, and it was one of those things we just had to start at one truck and add crew member after crew member slowly, and we still have our original 3 people that we hired.
You do?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow,
And
that's awesome.
That's one of the other main things that differentiates us, because we've had families that have moved with us 5, 6, even 7 times
That
over the
speaks
course of our
volumes. It
10
speaks
years,
volumes.
and they see the same crew member from their first move, and they're on their 6th or 7th move. So
that speaks volumes for the quality of service.
absolutely.
It absolutely does. And so, tell me how starting your business 10 years ago at a young age, what was the response from your family with regard to that?
Well, no one. Moving was not in my family in any stretch of the imagination. I came to them, my parents. I was 24 at the time, and told them my idea. They were definitely somewhat supportive, but a little bit,
Nervous.
a little nervous.
Yeah.
They did give me kind of an ultimatum. They said if they'll give me 3 years, if things don't work out, then I'm going to use the education that I had and go off and do something more, I guess, in line with what the norm, I would
Right.
say. And I never had to worry about that. After year 1, it was clear that things were going in the right direction. So
Well, that's one of my favorite things about doing this show, and one of my favorite things about interacting with entrepreneurs. I love the audacity to go off and venture off and do something on your own and just be a risk taker.
yeah, I mean, like at 24, I was had a lot of
We can do
a lot
anything
more
at 24.
bravado,
Right,
and
exactly.
thought I could take the world on. So I didn't. I knew I was good at my sales position as far as working with the clients and gaining that trust. But had I known all the things I know now, that bravado probably would have been a little bit curbed, I would say. But
It was just
I
what
needed
it
it.
needed to be at
I
the
needed
time.
it
Exactly.
to get over the hump
Exactly.
and get through there. So it
Exactly.
helped.
So, how many employees do you have now?
So we are currently between the internal staff, administratively, and the moving staff. We're 47 at the moment.
47.
Correct.
That's Wonderful.
And
And how do you look in terms of growth, since now you're in a facility that can house everything you need, and you're obviously growing because of the location, and your efficiency
Absolutely.
is improved, and so it seems like there's going to be some hiring in the
we've
near
already
future.
we've already been doing some
Okay.
hiring as we speak. We've added 5 to 6 people to get us to that 47 number just within the last 2 months. But as I told you when we previously met here, we could easily be at 150 employees if we wanted to at this point.
Wow.
But because of the level of concern on providing quality service and maintaining that consistent, product, just as we did when we had 10 movers, we're very specific about the men we take on. So it's not just anyone come all and throw a t-shirt on, and we want to make sure that we're staying with that model that
And
we
the
initially
quality
had.
of service.
That's
And it's been working for you, so why change it?
Exactly.
Don't fix what's not broken.
correct. Correct.
So that sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of training happens with the staff that you do have? Because I have to say, I have never seen such a good job of wrapped furniture. I mean, nothing is getting destroyed, nothing's getting damaged in this facility. So what kind of training takes place for that?
Luckily, most of the people that we bring on, it's extremely rare that we bring on just a brand new green person that has done no moving whatsoever.
Okay.
To match the the longevity of some of the careers of our movers now and their professionalism. We really search for people that have had at least 5 years of moving experience,
so
6
experience
years,
is important.
so that there's not such a high learning curve.
Right.
And then when they get here, even though they may, 5 years in the moving industry is considered a very long time. I mean, we have guys that have been doing this 12, 13, 14 years, prior to coming on with us. But when they get here, we have our own way of doing things. We have our own way of interacting with the customers as far as, being polite, being, making sure that we're listening to what they're telling instead of not just arbitrarily putting boxes where they want to put them in the house.
Exactly.
So the training is more our techniques and our approach with the clients, and that's really the main thing we focus on. So when people come on and they're new, we usually have one of the higher level guys shadow them for at least a month
Oh, okay.
or so before we're ready to let them be, their own crew leader if they happen to be a driver. And same thing with driving, they're shadowed while they're driving, for a month or longer to make sure that, they are as well trained as
As they
they're
need to
claiming
be.
they are on
Right.
their application. So we're very, proud of our record and, want to keep it that way.
Well,
keep a
we're
safe
certainly
operation.
happy to have you here. I mean, employment is a huge deal. Finding a job is getting more and more difficult, and so when you have growing companies like yours that are able to employ people, it's a celebration.
Sure.
So we salute you for being here in the city of Laurel, or just outside the city limits. You're close enough.
Yeah, we are very excited to be here. We definitely, it was a long process. It was over 2 years trying to pick the exact location we wanted.
Really?
We didn't
Okay.
just settle on being here. I mean, we chose to come to Laurel, after looking at different areas out. We knew we needed a location where we, could find affordable, warehouse space, but it turned out there was a brand new space, which was even better. And the fact that the growth around here is, I can see it
It's
happening
incredible.
as I drive
Yes.
in every week.
Mhm.
There's another
Something
place up.
new. Exactly.
So with the fact that NASA and the NSA and all those big companies are somewhat in proximity here, and the relocation of the Fort Meade bringing
Right.
in
Yes.
a ton of new people to the
Yes.
area. I mean, all that went into our thoughts on finding the right space for both accessibility and also growth for new potential business.
So I think that I'm going to summarize what you said and say Laurel is a choice.
That's correct. That's correct.
It's the place to be. So
Yeah.
I like that. I like that conversation very
Yeah.
much. So what is some of the outreach that you've done? I know that you've only been here a short while. We did talk about sort of your perfect customer and the links or the leads that you would need to get to your customer.
Sure.
We talked about some of the local business organizations that we have here. What have you done so far to do a little bit of marketing and outreach to a new audience of people?
So far, I mean, in fairness to how soon,
Yeah.
you know, we just
It's new.
been
It's very
settled.
new.
You know, our main focus obviously has been making sure that our clients are taken care
Yeah,
of
sure.
first, but we've already begun, you know, going out to different public storage facilities, introducing ourselves at those locations, leaving, you know, our materials there, and those were great referral sources for us back in the Rockville area because people are going in there every day that need things either moved in there or moved out. We've also, you know, done some outreach to new agents, real estate agents in this area. One that you know kindly had set us up with as well, and we're shooting for maybe trying to do something related to that festival in
Oh,
May.
the Main Street Festival. Yes.
We're gonna
yes.
try our best, but you know, I think this first 6 months that we're here, really till the end of summer, is gonna be kind of just getting our feet under us. And one of the new hires internally is our new marketing director, so
Okay.
she is really gonna be going out, and I've got, you know, a whole stack of you know, places to
For her to
visit.
go.
Exactly.
Sure.
So we're gonna be doing more and more of that as we go along.
I had forgotten that we had spoken about the Main Street Festival,
Yeah.
and you said something about having a truck and giving out all kinds of goodies and things of that nature. They do absolutely love those kinds of experiences. They have a wonderful parade at the beginning of the festival, and it's great to have local businesses participate. So if you're ready this year, that's great, but if not, there's always next year. It's been
Correct.
going on for many, many years, so it won't be a missed opportunity, that's for sure.
And we've done other festivals similar to that in other areas because we're very active in the community, you know, that we've been located in. Obviously, being in Rockville, we tried our best to associate with different charities and different, you know, functions in that area.
Sure.
And we don't see things changing, moving into Laurel. So you know.
So
we
what
keep
is your geographic area that you cover in terms of getting your customers from point A to point B in their move?
All right, so it's obviously the entire metropolitan area,
Mhm.
Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, but
Sure.
we go out of state, up and down the East Coast. We call it, you know, East Coast Express moving just because we're able to get, you know, if we pick you up here in Laurel, we can meet you in Florida, you know, within 2 days, you know,
Okay.
2.5 days, which
Mhm.
is very rare. But we go as far west as Chicago, and if you draw a line down, you know, the United States, that's kind of where our cutoff is at the moment. So we're
Okay.
not going all the way to the West Coast at this time.
Right.
The way we handle our long distance moving because of that dedicated truck and you know, coming back, you know, with an empty truck most of the time. Price wise, it just doesn't make sense yet to go that far. But you know, when we further expand, West Coast is definitely in the plans, you know, for the
Okay.
years to come. So.
All right. Well, I know when I first came to visit you, it was so new you being here that you didn't have your office set up.
Right, that's what, like I
yet.
said, we were first things first is making sure, you know,
Right.
business continued, and you know, the other details, you know, of getting pictures and other things up.
But now
came
you
second.
do.
Yes.
Now you do. You're all set up and
Yes.
settled in. And one of the things that we had discussed was your love for the sports. And you said that you are a regular at Sports Cards Heroes on Main Street.
Yes, I've gotten a lot of memorabilia there over the years, and that was, you know, the first place on Main Street that I'd been to. My
Okay.
father took me there way back in the day when I was
Way back
collecting
in the day.
cards on a regular basis, but they have tremendous memorabilia, you know,
They
Redskins
do.
memorabilia there. So
They do.
That's
And
right,
I
it
think
is.
that they're celebrating about 25 years of being on Main Street.
that sounds about right.
Yeah. So that's awesome. And I always plug Main Street wherever I can because that's just near and dear to my heart. We've got so much happening down there. So I thought it was wonderful and ironic that you shared with me that that's one of your
absolutely.
favorite places.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I thank you so much. I mean, is there anything else that you want to share with us? Is there anything else that we absolutely should know about your business?
I mean, if they need any information regarding our website or how
Yes,
to reach us,
please.
that's right, actually. Okay, so it's www.dcmetropolitanmoving.com. Our main number is 301-279-0090. Metro Moving DC is our Twitter handle, and through that you can go on, and that'll direct you to our Facebook and other social media links. So.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you so much.
I am
It was
so
a
glad
pleasure.
that we were able to come in and make this happen and welcome you to Laurel. And I look forward to seeing you around town, whether it's Main Street Festival or whatever other community endeavors we have going on. So thank you again for joining us today.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Have a great one.
You too.